What's up guys, it's ThatGuyBrey. Today we are going to be looking at my favorite weapon class to use in Cold War multiplayer. Now before we get into the video, I just want to say that this is my opinion. There are multiple classes to use. I want to hear what your favorite classes are in the comment, and let's just get right into the video. Now, I know what you're going to think. Shotguns and tactical rifles. Now, by not using these guns, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. I would use them while they are the best gun to use. Get your ranks up, get your weapon classes up, get everything in that you can before these guns are nerfed, because I can guarantee these guns are going to be nerfed. At least the M16 and the AUG, because they're wrecking in multiplayer. Now for the M16, you're going to want to run a red dot sight. My favorite right now is the Kobra, because it doesn't restrict your aiming speed. Now the whole thing with my setup is aiming and snap on. You want to snap onto the enemy as quick as possible, so that way you can get the shots off before they can. This is going to allow you to get the kills faster, and also to beat nearly everyone in a gunfight if you can just spam the aim button and use your aim assist to lock onto the enemies. Now for the muzzle, again, you just want to get this weapon to be a laser. So almost all the attachments you're going to see are going to be vertical recoil control. Now the ones down here are good, but this one doesn't have any cons. The Muzzle Brake 5.56. You know, down here, sure, you can get 25% vertical recoil control, but you're losing your horizontal, and you just want this gun to be as straight as it can possibly be. You want it to fire in a single line, and that's all you want it to do. Because if you can get it to fire in a single line, and you know you're on the enemy's head, you're going to be one bursting everyone you come across. This one is really only going to up your damage and your fire rate, but this will also get your bullets out faster and your kills out quicker. So, but you can experiment with different of these. I would recommend this one, the match grade. The damage range, 100% to it. That would also, this and this, the 15.9 and the 20.5, they're pretty equal in terms of what you want to do. I would say on longer range maps, swap to the 20.5, but for the most part, use the 15.9. This one down here is not that good. It's unlocked at weapon level 48. You got to use it a lot, but you're going to be losing vertical recoil control and horizontal recoil control, and that's not what you want to do. Now for the body, we're going to be using hipfire accuracy. Now, it is one of the most important, because if you're not going to be able to aim down sights, this is what's going to get your shot out to save your life. This is what is going to be your backup. You could use the one down here that's 40%, but your aim down sight time is going to be diminished, and this is really only a backup. You're not going to be wanting using this, because mostly you just want to treat this gun as laser. If you're aiming down sights, you're going to be getting one burst all the time. And then finally we have the field agent foregrip, because of just these are massive bonuses to the recoil control for both vertical and horizontal. And like I said, this gun, you just want to treat it as much of a laser as you can, because if you can get the recoil control down, you're not going to have any problem with the damage or the reload speed or the ammo capacity. You don't really need to worry about those. All you need to worry about is getting your bullets to fire in a single straight line. Next, we're going to be moving on to the Gallo. Now, for the Gallo, this is all going to be focused on running and gunning. You're not going to be aiming down sights with this weapon. You're not going to be doing any of that. First, you're going to want the Duckbill Choke. Now, this is going to make your reticle very, very thin, and this is going to allow you to know where your bullets are going. This way, whenever you're running and gunning, you can aim it at the upper end, and you're not going to be worried about if your pellets are going above or below them. You know it's going to be going into their upper body. This is going to let you get those kills faster. The one shots are going to be coming very quickly with this setup. Same if you use this, the 24.8 task force. This is going to up your damage by 81%. This is going to almost guarantee one hit kills. And then for the next, we are going to be using the Ember sighting point. Now the only cons to this is going to be the aim down sight time and the sprint to fire, but you're not going to be aiming down sights, and we are going to be using a stock that will negate the sprint to fire time for the reveal distance and the 30% hip fire accuracy. It's just too good not to use. You're going to want to use the 12 round tube, because you're not going to be reloading. It says minus 34% reload quickness, but that's just for total reload time. You're not going to be reloading any slower. It's just the extra rounds in the mag add to the reload quickness to a full mag. But if you keep 12 rounds in it, you'll have more chances to reload a few slugs at a time, and then just keep trucking. And then the wire stock, just to negate that sprint to fire time from earlier. That way you can be running all over and not really worrying about anything. You can just shoot whatever's in front of you. Now down here, you want to run Perk Greed. There's no reason not to. You can run Engineer and Tactical Mask. These are going to allow you to see the equipment, such as like the trip mines or whatever, so you can keep running. And then the Tactical Mask to negate flashbangs and all that. Stun grenades. That way you can just keep going, moving. You're not going to be stuck by anything. You're going to need Assassin and Scavenger, so that way you will need more ammo. The M16 and the Gallo, they don't really have that much ammo to start out with. You're going to need to replenish the ammo that you have. And then Perk 3, Ghost and Ninja. These are pretty important because you're going to not want them to pop up on the minimap. You're not going to want to pop up through any score streaks. And you want to be able to run around without enemies hearing you, because in this game they did up the volume that your footsteps will make. So this is very important to be running. And then tactical, you want to run stim shot in case you get in a situation that you cannot survive in. You can just pop that stim shot, run away, hurry up and turn around and pop off back at him. That's the only way you're really going to survive. Now the Semtex and the C4 are pretty give or take. I would prefer the Semtex for the range, but C4 is manual detonate. That's mostly just personal preference. The others, you know, that lethal is mostly personal preference. And then this one, I use proximity mine because it's good just to hold down a choke point. Even if it doesn't kill anybody, you know whenever it goes off. You'll hear it go off. That'll give you the cue that somebody's behind you, even if you're not looking at the minimap. And yeah, I guess I'm going to give some gameplay with this class so that way you can get an idea of what it's like to run it. And I hope you enjoyed.